Hello, beautiful souls. All right, so you know what time it is. Crazy water talk. So, you know how I put out the video yesterday about the full moon, which is occurring at this moment, right? And I still am going to get to the elements, but I wanted to talk more collectively, right? Because even if I go break down the elements, there's still going to be probably a little bit in each reading that you will connect to, because we really have all the elements within us. We have all the signs within us in our houses, even if you don't have a planet there. So think about this full moon. Remember I told you Scorpio loves to go deep, and I'm talking about deep. So we're going to be peeling. This moon is going to shine a light on some deep stuff. So I know that you could be feeling right now just a lot, and you're like, whew. So suggestions: take deep breaths. If you meditate, do some meditations, get grounded. Like now, like it's raining again. Remember I did the reading yesterday and it started. Well, it's raining. We ain't had rain like this in a long time. So very interesting, the whole, synchronicity of it all. But everybody's going to be different where Scorpio is going to dive. So if Scorpio likes to dive deep, this is going to go to something that has been bothering you since childhood, and you get triggered easy. So think about what triggers you, and then think about how you get triggered easy. And I mean like any little thing. Not somebody that knows how to push your buttons. This could be like a stranger you don't even know. Just the way they speak to you, or they accidentally bump into you or something, you get triggered. Whatever that is, you need to follow that trigger down and just see and look at it. Because pay attention to the people that trigger you within the next few days. From yesterday till about 3-4 more days. And just pay attention to the people that trigger you, and to be like, instead of reacting, stop and then respond. So that way you're like, wait. And then ask yourself, why did that trigger me so much? And then set with yourself. So even if you don't do meditation, set with yourself. Just start writing. Journal. Some of you are going to be more of a writing. Some of you are going to be more of a, no, I got to get quiet. Whatever it is. Yeah, wow, look where I stopped. Ask for guidance. Yeah. Some of you, it's going to be get quiet and ask your higher self for help. Because some of you are probably like, I don't know. And you might got so much going on here and so much emotionally. And then you got all your daily life things, right? You could have kids, a job, whatever. And you're like, I don't have time to do this. I'm not saying take all day. Give yourself time. Whatever free time you get, instead of doom scrolling or just binging out some Netflix, set with yourself. Because that's what this moon... Scorpio don't play. Scorpio peels back the layers. But Scorpio gets to the core. Like how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Pop? Scorpio gets there. So it's going to go deep. This is going to be deep. So just pay attention to the people who trigger you. And then sit with yourself and ask yourself, why did that trigger me so much? And then be quiet enough to listen. That's why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. And that's why silent and listen have the same letters in them. All right, let's see what the higher self has to say. You cannot make this up. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. I mean, this flew out. I mean, I don't even know what to say. It takes a lot to get me speechless. I'm speechless. The same words are in listen and silent, right? Because Spirit is trying to talk to you, your higher self. When you want to know why you get triggered, get quiet and listen. That is so funny. That's so funny. So yeah, well, there's that confirmation there. See why I say, like, I don't even need my cards, but I love my cards. They're just a tool. And they're just like you come to me just for confirmation. This is just confirmation for what you already know. The same as my cards for confirmation that I already know. Tell me more. Yeah, look at that, the Fool. It's time for a new beginning. And interesting, I was going to talk about, but I went, I was going to talk about how even cool the full moon starting on the 1st of the month. Right? A beginning, a new beginning. And the Fool represents the new beginning. So it's time. It's time to venture off. It's time to start something new. And like this reminds me, I know it's not, but this is me as an intuitive reader. It's like old pictures. That's what surrounds him. You can't really see. So it's like literally shedding old versions. He's like, psh, that ain't me. That ain't me. That ain't me. And interesting enough, check the pose out. And literally the Michael Jackson movie just came out. Hello. Some of y'all might want to be singers, whatever, dancers. I don't know. I just felt that. Some of you might have had that since I said go back to a kid. That's why you think you're like, when somebody asks you, what do you want to do? If you could do anything, what do you want to do? That's one of the first questions I ask people when I meet them. If you could do anything, if there was no limits, what would it be? And a lot of them don't know because it was when we were kids, we knew. I knew. I love to entertain. I love to dance, sing, talk. I ain't never stopped talking. And look what I'm doing. And I love the camera. I wasn't shy. I was not a shy kid or a shy adult. Let's see what your challenge is. Hello. Death card. You know whose card that is, right? Scorpio. Something's gotta go. Remember the card for the full moon Scorpio was release the negativity? That's your challenge. Is death. Some of you, it's just the death of the ego. But the ego doesn't die. You just integrate it. And you let your soul drive from now on. Wow, this is... First of all, that's 2 major arcanas. Like I knew I wanted to talk about this before I even start doing the elements. Yep. There it is. But look at even more. Like once you let go, look how free. Look how she is. She's like, finally I'm free. Because you're free to be you. You who you were before you were named. Think about it. As soon as you came into the world, you were given a name, all this. And then you were taught stuff. And it's nothing against your parents or your surroundings. That's what they were taught. That's what their parents were taught, etc. But now it's time to think for yourself. What resonates for you? Yeah. So action and advice, literally Page of Pentacles. This is about learning something new. It's time to learn. But the something new is going to be learning who you are at a soul level. Who you knew you were as a child. Because a Fool can represent a child too. The beginning, the 0. So your action advice is to learn. Your challenge is letting go of all these masks. So let go of those. Learn who you are at a soul level. And then look at the outcome. Queen of Swords. Look at her look. Swords. Clear. She knows who she is. Look at her. She's like, what? And then she's like, not even, you know how queens usually are like, posture has to be right. She's like, I don't. Because I'm my own. I'm a different type of queen. I'm a rebel. Remember I said, rebel is not being rebellious, like in some revolutionary kind of way. It is being who you are authentically, unapologetically, without the fear of judgment. As long as your authenticity isn't hurting somebody else or hurting yourself, and it's not. Your true self is divine. Look what's at the bottom. 4 of Swords. What's she doing? She's laying down. So that what? So that she can hear. She's in there by herself. Ain't nobody in there with her. Because this is between you, the creator, and your higher self. That's who this is for. All right, let's just see what the angel answers have to close out. I wanted this to be quick, but you know that never happens. Because I just keep going until the words stop coming or the thoughts stop coming. Yeah, look at that. Opportunity. Some of you could be coming into money. Opportunity is going to be different for all. So this is what is happening. And in order for things to come in, what do we have to do? Make room for them, right? So it's time to finally release the negativity, wherever that aspect is. Pay attention to who triggers you and then set with that. Yeah, and look, if you believe. Because you also have to believe. You believe that you're worthy. See, you might get triggered and then you start this self-worth thing. Especially if Scorpio is transiting your second house. That's the house of self-worth. So you might be like, I don't feel worthy. Well, then you won't call in opportunities like this. So maybe that's something to work on. Some of you, that is the biggest wound, is the not feeling worthy. Some of you, it's going to be abandonment. It's going to be different for all. Some of you might have a little bit of each, but just find out that main one. Scorpio is going to get to the depth because Scorpio goes deep. So I'm wishing all the beautiful clearing, healing, and new beginnings to you all. So until next time, as always, remember everything is a choice. Choose wisely. You can keep going down that same road, or you can make a new road. It's up to you. Beautiful souls. Love and light.